on national TV.
The clash of the liberal titans.
The ice has been broken.
The race is taking on an entirely new dynamic.
It's Saturday, January 18th, and I'm John Heilemann here with Recount 2020, our look back at the week that was among Democrats running for president, and the top takeaway from the campaign trail that's going to matter bigly as the nomination contest finally gets down to business. With Iowa caucus night, February 3rd, looming near on the horizon, and the last debate before the voting starts set for Tuesday in Des Moines, all eyes were on the Hawkeye State this week. A drought of credible public polling was broken by the latest edition of the gold standard Des Moines Register Iowa poll and a Monmouth University survey. Side by side, the numbers look quite different. Sanders leading in the DMR poll for the first time this cycle, followed by Warren, Buttigieg, and Biden in fourth. But Monmouth had Biden in first, followed by the rest. In truth, taking into account the poll's margins of error, what you're really seeing here is a four-way tie for first in both polls, with a hefty slice of voters still unsettled on their choices. That top-tier consolidation in Iowa was reinforced by the departure from the race on Monday of Cory Booker, whose campaign, based on a message of
love and hope and uniting people,
never gained traction and was eulogized by one Twitter wag this way. As Booker was shutting down his sweet-natured candidacy, the flavor of the race was taking a turn for the sour. Over the weekend, Sanders unleashed his surrogates on Biden, hitting him on Iraq, entitlements, and race.
Senator Sanders has been a civil rights champion. He continues to be to this day. Meanwhile, Vice President Biden was trying to block school integration of black and white children, working with segregation laws.
But Sanders also went negative on Warren, circulating a call script to early state volunteers that knocked her for appealing only to highly educated, more affluent Democratic voters. At first, Warren stuck to the high road.
I was disappointed to hear that Bernie is sending his volunteers out to trash me.
But on Monday, a CNN report, sourced to Warren allies, alleged that Sanders, in a private meeting a year earlier, had told Warren that he, quote, did not believe a woman could win in 2020. Team Sanders was apoplectic.
It is a lie. Bernie Sanders has always fought and stood for women.
And Warren fired back. This tit-for-tat stretched into the Tuesday night debate at Drake University, providing an otherwise desultory evening with a jolt of emotional energy.
Senator Sanders, I do want to be clear here. You're saying that you never told Senator Warren that a woman could not win the election.
That is correct.
Senator Warren, what did you think when Senator Sanders told you a woman could not win the election?
I disagreed.
And leading to an even joltier, more energetic hot mic moment afterwards.
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
What?
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
Let's not do it right now. You want to have that discussion, we'll have that discussion.
For Sanders and Warren, who for more than a year played lovey-dovey in public, the rupture stirred an outpouring on social media of vitriolic memes and hashtags. The New York Times put it on Thursday, quote, the breach runs a real risk of damaging liberal hopes of ultimately uniting Democratic Party factions around a progressive nominee in 2020. That potential fallout is one major upshot from this week. But maybe more significant is the salutary effect that the Bernie-Liz split could have for the top-tier moderates, and especially Joe Biden. And that possibility is this week's top takeaway. There is a history in Iowa of nasty battles between two leading candidates hurting both and creating an open lane for a third to capitalize on. In 2004, for example, Howard Dean and Dick Gephardt beat each other senseless in the Iowa home stretch, allowing John Kerry to skate down the middle to victory.
Thank you, Iowa, for making me the comeback Kerry.
Could a similar dynamic play out now with Biden? The former VP is, in fact, in a better position today than Kerry was back then, with some wind at his back in the public polling, the establishment favorite, and now an impeachment trial underway that will keep Senators Warren and Sanders tied down in Washington for the 2 weeks before the caucuses, leaving Biden, along with Buttigieg, a golden opportunity for open field running in Iowa during that stretch. For Biden, who a few weeks ago seemed in danger of finishing fourth or even fifth in Iowa, this stroke of good luck doesn't guarantee that he'll escape a bad finish. Biden's organization in Iowa is not strong, nor, plainly, are his candidate skills top-notch. But if Uncle Joe shocks the world in Iowa, he'll owe a thank you note to this pair of vaunted, flaunted progressives who picked precisely the right moment, or precisely the wrong moment, depending on your point of view, to start behaving not like ideological allies, but like scorpions in a sock.